Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational system. It teaches literacy and social skills to children in primary grades. And I've used it myself because I wanted to see how effective it was for teachers, even though it incorporates a lot of ideas that I've used over my 27 years of teaching. And it's really wonderful and it's fun to use too and easy. So it's my little plug for that. But, we met last week and I apologize for, well, it's been more than 4 or 5 days since we've talked. But I wanted to pick up where we left off on fear. And I was reflecting on this because fear is something that really does affect whether or not we show courage. And the article that we've been looking at is Zia Hereford's article, Live a Life of Courage, which it takes courage in order for us to really use critical thinking and to think for ourselves. A lot of courage. So I thought I'd pick back up on this first point that she made out of the five topics that she gave. Um, Living a life of courage really does impact one in a positive way if we can take care of this first element, which was knowing that having courage does not mean that it's the absence of fear. And, I thought that I should stick with this first point that she made because, that's something that truly affects all of us. And we just get stymied and flummoxed because of, what will happen, the what ifs before we tackle something that's pretty amazing or beneficial. So I thought that we'd take a look at that and look at fear as the false evidence appearing real. Because that's basically what fear is. I had heard this in a Zeke Ziegler speech some years and years ago, but that really stuck with me because I said, yeah, that is it. Very few things that we actually worry about come to fruition or come to pass. So what it really does is it keeps us in our comfort zone because the what ifs, that we could do something very badly if we try something new. And that perfectionistic tendency that we all have about doing something different can kind of impact our thought process and slow us down from venturing forth. But the one thing that I thought of in this past week is it's fear has a companion, unfortunately. And this companion of fear is anxiety. Because when we are fearful and we become fearful, the anxiety is increased within us to kind of warn us in our brains. Our brains exist to protect our bodies. That's something that I've learned when I was looking through some topics on interoception. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a true thing that our brain is being alerting our body to, which gives us all those physical sensations. It's just what the brain perceives, and it's very basic. And we have to retrain our minds to see things in its true light, not just the perception, which might be a trigger to something that happened prior in our lives. But this feeling of dread or not knowing and anxiety can manifest itself in so many different ways. And I thought back to when I was dealing with both the fear and anxiety and preparing this workshop for a new school that was based on my 27 years of teaching on how to modify curriculum for a student with learning challenges. And, I researched it. I had a lot of different, things that I knew I had done myself, and I broke it down to what I started with. I started with the IEP and went from there to looking at the subjects and how I would actually work through this for my own students. So I had everything set out, but somehow I think the thing that got me with anxiety was, what if my Wi-Fi signal breaks down and I'm right in the middle of the workshop? So I even, made my notes separate from my slide presentation, which is a good practice anyway. And it went beautifully. And you would think that I was talking, in front of an audience of 600. It's four teachers. But anyway, I thought about it. The tense feelings that I felt and had were basically the sense of, what if I fail? What if I don't reach the goal or meet the objective that I had set out for these teachers? And looking back, I had crafted the workshop, that in such a way that it was truly effective. And my takeaway was, when you're prepared, you have to have the courage to let the work stand for itself, because you really can't take everything personally. If you've set it out there for people to see and understand and to learn, then you've done your job. And so, it was a hard lesson. I had many sleepless nights before that workshop, and it was hard for me to eat, just worried so much. But, really, we have to have courage in order to face what we call the journey that we have before us, which is the adventure of life. And, this is making us stronger each time we tackle these challenges, and realize, as we come out on the other side, something that we have gained from that experience. And part of that is the courage to do another thing, to try another task. So until next time, take care, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And this is Labor Day weekend, so have a great one. Please share, please subscribe. Bye bye.